yourself.
Hey everybody, it's another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Konowitz, and with me as always is the New Year's Eve to my Christmas morning, Bradford Oman.
Hey, that's me. 10, 9, 8.
Yep, that's how that
7,
is. Yep.
6.
Okay,
5,
fuck.
4, 3.
The listeners are just
2.
That's how many we have now.
1.
Yep, and
Happy New Year.
no listeners.
Pow, 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 pow.
Oh boy.
Was that Auld Lang Syne?
Yeah, but like poor.
That was like a Ben version.
And the Halloween night to my Christmas morning, Nate Loucks.
Spooky, scary skeleton.
Oh, the kids just say that every time. What is that?
It's a song.
Yeah.
Is it just a song or is it from a show?
It's from a cartoon, actually, from years ago. I don't know if it was before that, but there was a...
Rune and Ender say that anytime the word skeleton.
And then it became
spooky,
like a...
Spooky, scary, and I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, no, it was...
Wow.
Yeah, I'm a bad dad.
My go-to is Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, so...
Werewolf Bar Mitzvah, spooky, scary.
Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves.
That's from 30 Rock. Anyway, this is another episode of Go Flix Yourself. My name is Ben Konowitz, and with me as always is this chucklefuck over here. That's why I said New Year's Eve.
Yeah, we did that. What are you doing?
No, because it's my least favorite holiday.
Wow, even more
New
than...
Year's Eve?
I hate New Year's Eve with a passion.
What about Valentine's Day?
Oh, I like Valentine's Day.
Labor Day?
Yeah, that's fine. I get a day off work.
So you're fine with Columbus Day?
It's Indigenous Peoples Day, so yeah, I like it.
No. You like Columbus Day, apparently.
Whatever. Anyway, but Halloween night is my second favorite holiday, and that's why you're that, Nate.
What's your number one again?
Christmas morning.
Really?
Yeah. Who doesn't want Santa Claus's presents?
I love Christmas, too.
Do you not love Christmas, Nate?
No.
Wow.
Out of all three of us, the guy that's seen every Hallmark Christmas movie, I beg to differ. So anyway, what have you guys been doing? We took a week off.
I've been hanging out.
Yeah,
You watch any
we took a week off, but there was a bonus episode, very special bonus episode. That
Yeah,
people
we
got to
talked
listen
about
to.
the Saturday night movie.
Yeah, Saturday night
that our
live.
listeners got to get a little bit of a glimpse of our SNL podcast, The 10 to 1.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, including the musical stylings.
Before
that
we get
use over there.
into the sponsor of the episode, we do have a special announcement. On December 15th, we will be hosting a Q&A where we will get to interview Sam Elliott and John Hancock, because Prancer is being shown for its 35th anniversary in the Civic Auditorium in LaPorte, Indiana.
Yes.
And they will be in attendance. We are going to watch the movie at 3 and do the Q&A at 4:30. And it's wonderful because Prancer was filmed in and around LaPorte, Indiana.
Yes.
So excited about this.
Prancer Palooza is what they're calling it. And that's how you know it's big, because when it turns into Palooza, all bets are off.
And there's going to be a Santa Claus, and there'll be a live reindeer.
Dancing girls.
No dancing girls.
Well, you don't hold them to a lower standard.
I'm going to get a call tomorrow from the Civic. And
Here's
they're
the
gonna be like, did you say there'll be dancing girls? It's a family event. Please, you said you would keep it professional.
You're inferring that the dancing girls are somehow risque and inappropriate. I'm saying that there are going to be women who enjoy dancing.
You don't ever say dancing girls and imply a innocuous time.
You're applying judgment to me, and I don't appreciate it.
When is Nate? You're an impartial observer here.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, so the other night we saw some dancing girls. Doesn't it imply that it was risque?
You said it with a tone.
I didn't even say it with a
Well,
tone.
technically, the Radio City Rockettes are dancing girls.
But you wouldn't say that.
Nate?
You'd say I saw the Rockettes.
Nate just won the argument for
No,
me.
he would say I went to the Rockettes. You wouldn't say I went to go see some dancing girls.
You would if you were hanging out with the boys.
What? That even implies even worse.
Why?
You would, because what? Women don't go to see dancing girls in your world? Only men. Why? Only men, Brad? Because it's risque?
No, because
Oh, painting yourself a bit of a dancing girl's corner now, are we?
I wish.
That is even worse. You're making my point for me. You son of a bitch. You're making my point for me.
I mean, if you think about it, if you're in the corner and the Rockettes are in that corner dancing,
You're going to get kicked in the face.
well,
Hopefully. Why did you look leeringly at me? All right. Well, anyway.
maybe Papa likes getting kicked in the face.
Okay, so Prancer Palooza is going to be kid friendly. If you're within an hour of Northwest Indiana, you should come and check it out. Honestly, it's going to be
so much
there's
fun.
1,500 tickets available. Tickets are $8. I mean,
I think the ground floor already
$5.
sold out.
no, plenty of seats.
That's not what I heard.
No, don't say the same thing that everybody is saying on Facebook. Oh, I heard tickets are all sold out. They're not.
my mom said someone she knows went to go try to buy tickets on. No, I mean they went to go buy tickets for the ground floor.
You're telling me that a fellow 70-year-old person went online to buy tickets and couldn't figure it out?
My mom is 63
and couldn't figure it out.
I'm sorry that your mom is not.
She's 67.
That's not 63.
You're not right. Well, okay.
No, but
plenty of tickets still on sale. Just go.
I've heard it's almost sold out.
Well, don't. We're gonna go. There's gonna be 43 people in attendance.
All I'm saying is, don't wait.
Why are you being this way?
Well, I just want
I do like this. Buy
why
your tickets.
Yeah, why are you encouraging people not to buy tickets? Hey, just wait until the last minute.
I'm just saying that, like, don't not go online because they're already sold out. Don't worry about it.
Not go on. That's tricky.
You know
Also,
what I'm saying? Like,
I want to hear.
They're already sold out. Fuck it. Don't even bother.
No, I'm not telling you.
Oman.
I'm just saying you should act fast because maybe they're selling out.
No, they're already sold. According to you, they're already sold out.
The ground floor, the balcony seats are still open.
Okay.
All right, real quick. I do want to hear from our listeners. If you guys have any good questions that you would like to
seriously.
ask the director, John Hancock, or Sam Elliott, I've got 1,000 must-ask questions. But if you guys have other questions,
you know what, Nate? Do me a favor. I want you to write down every single one of those must-ask questions.
This is the content.
I said
this is what people. This is what people.
Mustache questions. That's funny.
That's what he said.
No, he said must ask.
No, he said mustache.
Oh, I thought he said must ask.
Oh my god.
See, that's why. No, it's okay. It's my fault.
Oh my.
Nate, what are we gonna do with this guy? He's gonna be on the Q&A with us.
He thinks.
He was.
I'm just there for the dancing girls.
Well, which there will be plenty, evidently.
Here's the thing.
I'm there for the 8 maids of
professional
milking.
operation going here. We're actually going to interview a celebrity.
Yeah.
I've never done that before.
I need you to pull from within.
Button it up.
Maybe they'll have
Button it up.
Maybe they'll have Danzig girls.
Don't you embarrass us in front of freaking John Hancock.
In front of John Hancock in the city of LaPorte.
We do business with these people.
Business with these people.
What are you, Timmy and Tommy Timmons from the Sandlot over here?
Yes. Brad, you got a sponsor this week, buddy?
No, fuck you guys.
All right, sounds good.
Just kidding.
That's a gift.
Man,
Okay, fellas, listen up. Halloween.
what are you for the B-52s? Okay, fellas, listen.
Halloween is over.
Roof rusted.
That's Nate's best impression ever.
Also, that's not even the part that the guy says in the
don't
song.
care. I don't care. He's doing the voice and 10 roof rusted.
It's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail.
Woo!
Jukebox baby. Listen, Halloween's over.
Our sponsor.
Halloween is over.
Yeah, I get it, man.
You thought that you had it in the bag, but it's done.
Also, we're recording this right before the election. We have no idea who the president of the United States will be. I just want to point that out. So anything that we say tonight that is like, it comes out weird if it's post-election. Like, wow, they said that. I want to be very clear. We don't know who's president.
Or people are like, you're really happy for the way the state of America is going.
Wow, this episode dropped on November 5th. These guys are super happy about the end of the world.
Boy, I can't believe the election went in that way. What a wild ending.
So on 3, we'll say who we hope wins the election. Right? 1, 2, 3. No? Okay, no, you guys just didn't want to play my game.
You're going to say Trudeau?
Yeah, Justin's up for office, right?
Canada?
Yeah.
Guys, we're done with Halloween.
Yes.
October's over. It's November. Now, some of you might be already thinking, Nate, I know you are.
Kamala, though, for me. I want to be very clear. I was just joking. I don't want Trump to win.
You're thinking Christmas.
I'm thinking election.
You thinking about Christmas?
I'm thinking election, Brad.
You thinking about Christmas.
Don't tell me what I think. Anyway.
But hold on. There's a holiday in between. And I just want to make sure that we slap a little bit of respect on it, because even though the decorations for Thanksgiving suck, I don't want to decorate my fucking house with buckle hats and like shitty brown leaves and cornucopias filled with dumb vegetables.
You were almost Thanksgiving instead of New Year's Eve. That's how much I don't like Thanksgiving.
Well, that's false, first of all, because like the food is too delicious to even remotely hate
not,
Thanksgiving.
Though. It's not.
I'm sorry that your parents don't cook for you.
No. You can't tell me that like a holiday based around the food turkey is just, oh my God, I can't wait to have turkey.
First of all,
it's the main thing about Thanksgiving, and everybody's like, oh, turkey.
I don't give a shit. I love turkey. I love
turkey.
my mom's cooking, and I love the sides that she prepares, and it's delicious, and I will always enjoy it.
Hey, Nate, did you want, hey, come on over. You know what we're going to have? We're going to have 9 things that look orange or beige, and you can have them all. Some green, mainly orange and beige.
I don't know. Sounds pretty racist, Ben.
Do you guys have salads at your Thanksgiving?
Why the fuck would I have a salad at Thanksgiving?
This is the first time in a long time I've said this. I wish this was a video instead of a podcast because his face contorted in such a way that he just smelled shit for the first time. What? It collapsed on itself like a dying star.
If I even see a salad at Thanksgiving, I'm throwing that fucking bowl in the yard.
You look like one of those old men that can suck their face in up on itself. Like
suck a lot more than that. Listen, guys, Thanksgiving's coming. I hope you're excited.
Hold on. Do you have salad at Thanksgiving?
What do you think?
Yes. Yeah, of course you do.
God, your family sucks.
They're all like bodybuilders. Right?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's like health.
Oh shit.
Family. Yeah. So.
Actually, this is kind of interesting.
So what? You guys have like protein powder and stuff?
Is it like soy turkey?
No, we went soy.
I don't know. Like
soy's not good for you.
Oh, sorry. Is it like a block of? I don't know.
It's gonna be like a grass-fed turkey. That's for sure, right? It's gonna be like a natural turkey,
like organic.
Yeah.
Like we killed it ourselves.
Yeah, and there's always gonna be ham too, which is not.
I love ham. I
like ham.
So there's going to be lots of meat there, and there's certainly going to be the fixins, right? There's going to be like green beans, not green bean casserole, but green beans.
That's upsetting.
There's going to be.
This is why you hate Thanksgiving, though.
You know what?
I don't actually hate Thanksgiving.
Instead of pumpkin pie, we're going to do roasted pumpkin seeds, and it's pretty much the same thing,
but worse.
It's going to be healthy, though. It is going to be healthy with the Loucks.
I'm coming over.
Yeah,
I need to be healthy right now.
But you guys, our listeners might not know. My dad's like a 70-year-old bodybuilder.
Yeah,
right?
He's built like a brick shit house because he used to build brick shit houses, basically. And your brother is an Adonis.
Yeah,
he literally could model.
Yeah.
How old is Brandon?
How old am I? He's 47.
He's 47. He looks incredible. Like it's not even fair how.
Okay,
he's a cover model.
Put your dick away, all right?
Brandon Loucks, if you're listening, which he's probably a listener because I love him. I mean, he doesn't listen for you. He listens for me.
Probably.
Stop it. That's actually my fingers running down Brandon's abs. That's how many there are.
Wow, he sounds like he's breaking.
No, it's just like.
Okay, guys, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
I want your brother. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I don't care.
Man, why are you... It's fun time.
First of all, because you're shitting on Thanksgiving, first of all. You're ruining my fun. And then second of all, like, you're just talking about his fucking brother.
Yeah, I like his brother.
Who cares?
I do. He's a great guy.
He hasn't even been on the podcast.
We should have Brandon on the podcast.
I don't know if he's ever watched a movie, but I'll invite him.
You know what? Has he watched Pumping Iron? I bet you he's seen Pumping Iron.
No, but he watches, like, Judge Judy.
Now I want to have him on the podcast.
What is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish?
What's the last movie you saw, buddy?
I'm going to cut your nipples off.
Wow!
With a sharp
That's so aggressive.
knife. Yeah, I'm going to cut them as if I was cutting sausage.
You should spoon them off.
Jesus. All right, easy.
I don't know what's going on here.
Hey, answer the question.
All right, sorry, what was it? What's your
favorite Thanksgiving side dish? Just spout it out. First thing that comes to mind.
I like mashed potatoes.
Good.
I like my mom's homemade mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's not really Thanksgiving, but because she makes it all the time.
She doesn't make it all the time.
I thought she did.
What?
No. She makes it for me.
That sounds suggestive.
That sounds dancing girl suggestive.
Sounds good.
I'm not allowed to have mac and cheese at Thanksgiving.
You have mac and cheese. Well, you have whatever the fuck you want. It doesn't even matter anymore. Just
do you not have mac and cheese at Thanksgiving?
We actually have mac and cheese at Christmas.
And not at Thanksgiving.
Not at Thanksgiving.
Oh, dude, our foods are almost always the same.
my mom likes to mix it up so she's not making the same stuff.
Creative.
We're
like a stereotypical white family.
There's just no cranberry sauce at Christmas. That's like the only difference.
Don't look at the front of the bag. Don't fuck this up for us.
By the way, with the cranberry sauce, is it homemade or is it coming from the can?
Both.
If it doesn't have the ridges, how do you know that it's
Thank
good?
you. It needs to come from, and that is delicious.
Don't look at the front of the bag. Don't fuck this up. No one look at the front of the bag. Don't even show it to Ben. Jesus.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, no.
I like these. How do you not like this? The seasoning on this is delicious.
No, doesn't.
It's herb and savory.
Is it stuffing?
You put your fucking ass it is. This is stuffing flavored potato chips, my friend.
See, and that's the thing. It's like, hey, let's make stuffing more dry. Put it in a potato chip. Great job, Brad.
Nate, what do you think?
It's fine.
I like them.
I don't love stuffing.
I would love to crunch these on like a stuffing, actually.
What I will say, though, is that
Inception stuffing.
the chip itself is good, though. The chip quality. Who makes these?
Target.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
They got a good chip.
Stop chewing the mic.
The flavor is delicious.
It's fine. It tastes like stuffing, and stuffing's okay.
I found these at Target. They're really good. They also have stuffing seasoned popcorn.
No.
And they
Yeah,
also
let's
have,
make it even drier than potato chips.
They also have brown butter and sage flavored popcorn.
No.
What is that? What is it?
Brown butter?
You never had butter on your popcorn?
Brown butter, though?
Like, what is
What's
brown
wrong with that?
butter?
What? Yeah. What makes it brown?
I mean, I don't know, but like,
Well, you're trying to sell it to us.
Yeah, you're trying to tell
I'm
us
not trying
it's
to sell it. I'm just telling you it exists. But brown butter doesn't sound bad.
Well, it's like it's got a turquoise marmalade on it. Well, I don't know what that is either, but it sounds like it's delicious.
First of all, turquoise isn't a Thanksgiving color, and it's also unnatural.
I would posit that brown is unnatural for any food.
Tell that to your asshole.
What?
That's where the food goes, and that's what it turns into.
Oh man, we gotta have a talk about how you're eating.
Your shit's not brown?
No, you're eating the stuff that comes out. You know what? Doesn't matter. Nate, what's the last movie you saw, buddy?
The last movie that I saw. Let me pull up my list here.
How much Thanksgiving was in it?
In the movie that you saw, or the poop that you came out of your butt and you want to eat?
What was that sentence?
I don't know. It's just,
What are you doing?
I don't know.
So I want to talk about a couple movies that I've seen.
Yeah.
I just saw one in the theater just yesterday with a friend of the podcast and son of mine, Finley J. Loucks.
Amen.
And we went and saw the greatest
Showman?
Christmas present or Christmas.
The greatest Christmas pageant ever?
Yeah, the greatest Christmas present.
It's in
ever.
theaters already?
Well, yeah, it's not Halloween anymore, Brad.
Yeah, it was an early showing. So,
did you go to like a Prime Video early screening?
That was 10 a.m.
No, we were just looking for a movie. Sorry, it's the best Christmas present ever. We were just looking for movies yesterday, and I had already seen Venom. There wasn't a ton in the theater that he wanted to see, and
You already saw Threnum?
Yes.
Mm.
And so this was showing in Valparaiso, a town that's about a half hour away from us, and we went in there and we saw it. And it's fun. It's a nice little film. It's a nice little Christmas film. Not perfect, not great, but like
How Christian is it?
Well, the book is very Christian.
Right. I was curious because it has Pete Holmes in it. It has Judy Greer in it. I know Pete Holmes is famously, formerly.
Yeah.
I think he's still Christian, but he used to be much more religious.
Yeah,
now
but he's like a Christian that is on ayahuasca now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it certainly doesn't shy away from the faith parts. But let me say that if I appreciated anything about this film, is it's clearly close to the source material, which is a Christian book.
Did it feel like a faith-based movie though?
It didn't feel cheesy in the same way that like the Kirk Cameron movies might, right?
Okay.
Like it was a better directed film. It was better made. It had more heart to it.
Is it funny?
There's some really funny parts to it, yes. And just kind of a fun movie to see with kids. Like it was meaningful. There was some good stuff there.
What did Finn think?
He liked it. He's like, that was good. I like that.
Okay.
So, and he would have told me if he thought that was a little too heavy on the faith stuff. Judy Greer's great. She's really good as the mom who cares. But yeah, you're not going to strip, if you've ever read the book, you're not going to strip the faith part of it because it's very clearly a faith book.
Yeah.
But Dallas Jenkins does a pretty decent job directing it. It's not a perfect film, but it was fun. It was nice.
All right.
And of all the seasons to probably be a little bit more faith-based, probably Christmas is one of them.
Why?
Because it's Christ in my moss.
Why?
I also saw Venom: The Last Dance. Did we talk about that last week?
No, because we were off for a week.
Yeah, so I saw Venom: The Last Dance. I was hoping for more in this film. This was not a great film. Actually, not good, really at all.
Really?
And it's,
you seen this, Brad?
It's not because Tom Hardy's not good. Tom Hardy is doing his job in this film.
Yeah,
he does a good job, and he brings the same charm and the same physical comedy and all these things to this film. It is just a very poorly written movie.
Yeah,
and I didn't love it. And I was hoping to give it a good chance and enjoy a good comic book film. Didn't get it.
Yeah, I saw this too, and I agree with you. The first one wasn't a great movie, but Tom Hardy gave it a weird sort of
I don't hate it.
strange
I don't
life.
hate it.
His performance was the most fascinating part of it. He made it enjoyable and weird.
Yep, I don't hate
the
it.
second movie leaned a little bit more into that weirdness. It's bonkers. It's silly. It's fun. They
know what they are, though.
Yeah, they struck a really good dynamic between Venom and Eddie, gave them a really strong bromance, and leaned into some of the stuff that maybe felt like it was too silly the first time around. The third time, this time, they leaned away from that weirdness, dug more into standard comic book fair territory, and the story is just so sloppy. And like it feels like almost like it's intentionally trying to avoid making reference to any specific characters that might be from Venom comics. Like there are a bunch of different symbiotes in Marvel Comics other than Venom and Carnage. And there's several symbiotes in this movie, but they don't ever go out of their way to name them or give them distinct identifying marks. So,
and from an IP perspective, why would that be?
Because I guarantee you they knew what was going to happen with those characters, and they didn't want to waste any of them in case they wanted to use them later down in other Venom movies.
It felt very preventative.
If
right?
they 13 of them all die in a fire, and now you can't use them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just
that was one of the things, Brad, that I want to touch on real quick too. Is what you said there. There wasn't a clear villain in this that you knew was. I mean, there was a villain, right?
Yeah,
but you didn't know anything about him, really, right?
The first two movies have very clear symbiote villains.
Yep.
This does not. It's very weird. The villain is Null, who Marvel Comics characters or fans will know and be interested in. He's completely wasted in this movie because he's left like somewhere imprisoned on a planet, and he sends these like giant monsters as his minions to track Venom down. They're trying to turn him into the Sony Universe's version of Thanos.
Sure.
And that would make sense if they had like a leg to stand on to do it right. But it just feels like desperation at this point, and it's just not nearly as fun as it should be. The story doesn't make a lick of sense. It's just not.
Which is too bad again, because the Venom and Eddie Brock duo. They have
I do call him Vetty.
They have chemistry. There's some meaning and heart in some of their lines.
Yeah.
Like I like what they do with the two of them.
Eddie.
It just wasn't. They didn't do enough. They didn't do anything that was meaningful.
Was the horse scene still fun?
Honestly, it was kind of ruined because it was in the trailer.
Yeah, everything.
So was that everything I needed to see? Was in the
exactly.
trailer?
There's some other cool animal stuff that happens, but it's nothing as good as the horse.
A gorilla?
No, definitely not that cool.
That would have been awesome.
It would have been awesome.
Oh man, that would you know what? Like the horse just breaks into a zoo, and then Venom just jumps from animal to animal, like a montage. Amazing, actually.
In the credits,
no credit for that. Okay,
like the credits rolling,
cool.
The art that they use is symbiote versions of animals that you don't see in the movie.
Oh, see, yeah.
So they do like a crocodile and an elephant, and
where's that?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It would have been a lot more interesting. But yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Nate. It was not a good movie.
Snake?
I think there was a snake.
Yeah, because there's Venom.
There was a squirrel.
There's Venom and snakes.
That's a good point, Ben. Thanks.
One of the other things that I want to talk about that I've been watching that I hope people watch, because I know it.
The fuck, man! It's just a silly joke. I know it's not the best thing in the world. But I'm out here, like at least trying to tee a few things up.
I'm out here trying. I'm out here trying.
Hold on, hold on. Let me ask you.
No, shut it.
No,
I'm over here.
No. You're talking to the mic. You're talking to the mic.
I'm talking to you.
No, you're talking to the mic
right now. Sorry, but I'm talking to you. I'm over here. Okay. No, and I'm saying they might not be good, but it's teeing them up so you can make fun of it.
What do you?
You're just shitting on it. You're just shitting on the.
What do you think your team? What best case scenario? Where's that going?
That's for you.
Oh, so you're giving me a chore?
I'm giving you a setup.
You know what? You know my favorite thing that good comedians do is give their friends complete dog shit and say, "Make this better for me."
Great setups. Yeah.
Gosh.
Improv.
Yeah. Does Snake have venom? Did the snake have it?
Honestly, pretty good, Ben. If I'm being completely like all me being mad at you aside,
all the essential
Nate,
parts were there.
That's really not bad.
All the essential parts.
Yeah. And you know what? That's one essential. It's the voice. It's the voice.
Well, that also is the presence of being a dumb fuck.
Yeah, no, and honestly, committing to the Ben bit, you have pissed yourself.
What can I say?
Yeah, spot on.
I'm a method actor.
Spot on my pants.
I go for it.
Yeah, me too. And then you don't take my lead. And then we just have this conversation again and again and again.
Nate, what have you been watching that you're excited about?
There's something else I do want to share with Brad specifically.
Okay, good.
What the fuck?
It's a TV show called Shrinking.
Oh,
that
come
is
on,
back
man.
for a second season.
Wonderful.
And
I did watch the first episode.
I really love this show. I'm
going to make a drink while you guys are talking TV.
I love what they're doing with Harrison Ford's character. He is acting his butt off in some of this, and it's a lot of fun to watch. I love Bill Lawrence in a way that like few people do. I just love Bill Lawrence stuff.
Do you think you love him more than his wife?
Knowing who his wife is, that might be actually.
It's true.
Yeah, like she scares me.
Who is Bill Lawrence's wife?
Jordan Miller.
Who's Jordan Miller?
Well, Jordan Miller was her Scrubs character. Krista Miller.
Oh.
Or Jordan was her.
No, it's the character on Shrinking.
Which one?
The mean Botox.
That's his wife?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she's been in everything he's done. She's great. No,
you should cover entertainment sometime.
What was that sighing? Are you like winded from pouring your drink?
But I love this show. It got a third season. If you're like me, and sometimes you wait to watch shows just to see if they're going to be around, to give you a good, bingeable amount of shows. It's going to be around. It's fun. I really like this show.
I'm waiting to watch until there's more episodes under the second season.
You watched the first episode, right?
Yes. It's fantastic. It's just as good of the first season. And the first season is phenomenal. It's second to Ted Lasso to me as far as like.
And you love Ted Lasso.
I loved it's probably that and The Bear have been my favorite two shows. Maybe Only Murders. As far as recent stuff that's kind of come out and been
couple years,
and been a couple 2-3 season shows, but Shrinking is utterly fantastic. Bad Monkey's fine.
Yep.
It's fine.
Yep. I wanted to love Bad Monkey.
I watched it come together, and when it came together, I was like, oh, okay, well, we didn't just get, it's fine.
Thing.
But we didn't get the pop off that, like, Shrinking makes a turn, Ted Lasso makes a turn, where they're just, it's impossible not to watch the next episode. Bad Monkey just never got there.
Because Bill Lawrence
Why am I talking about TV? I hate the both of you.
You love TV.
Bill Lawrence can manage emotions and comedy in a way that few writers can in sitcom writing and TV writing, and he does such a good job at it. So.
Because it's not just, here's a sad moment in otherwise, successful comedy, but it's also, these are not technically dramedies.
Yep.
They're just not. They're still comedies first, but there's heart behind it.
Yep.
And I feel like he's making a clear distinction of saying in these shows, this is just real life, and we're going to focus on the comedic part of it. Whereas I think a lot of other showrunners make the decision to say, like, well, we got to make some conflict here. We got to make it real dramatic. Yeah. And then now here's some jokes during a dramatic scene. But the thing that Bill Lawrence does great, he doesn't ever really... Remember what we had a hard time with, Brad? We watched the latest Thor movie. And Taika Waititi is a brilliant person, brilliant director. We love him, right?
Yeah.
But our complaint, and I remember this, was you can, after something dramatic happens in a comedy, you can let it sit.
Yeah.
Bill Lawrence is incredible at letting it sit and not just jumping right to the joke.
Right.
And Taika Waititi, for all of his, as much as I laud him, failed miserably in the fourth Thor movie by just being
It should have been a lot heavier. Right?
Absolutely. It had every right to be. They've earned it.
Yeah.
Bill Lawrence has definitely earned it through Scrubs and all that, but he's found this way of being like, let that emotionally resonate with you, and then because of that, the next scene that's really funny is going to hit even harder and make you laugh, like bust a gut laughing.
You don't always have to undercut the drama with the joke.
Exactly. Yeah. Bill Lawrence is probably better than
but
most
it is a
anybody
sensitive
to do
dance to do, and he figures it out
so
in a way
hard.
that's really beautiful. And again, the acting's really good. Harrison Ford's just fantastic in it. I just
who's the black actress?
Jessica Williams.
She is wonderful.
Yeah, I love Jessica Williams.
Oh my God, she's so fucking good.
Yeah. No, so they struck gold with the cast there. They've got Roy Kent. What's his name? What's his actor?
Hercules now. He'll be Hercules.
Yeah. He is a guest star.
It's Brett Goldstein.
Brett Goldstein, thank you. And many of the episodes this season. And he plays a really good part. So fun.
How many episodes are out so far?
4. So,
that's enough for me to watch.
Yeah. I'm gonna hold off a little bit.
Fine.
I like to binge it.
Yeah, no, that's the hard thing. I do too, but I'm now watching because I love this show so much. It's like, well,
I'll watch it again.
You have to
you watch any other movies, buddy?
One more. You know this, I think. The two of you know. I love movies where Chicago is a part, is a character in there. Love the city of Chicago. I was just there for the weekend. I love Chicago in ways that are hard to explain. And I just feel like Chicago when I'm there. It's my city. Like I just love being with the people there. I love the culture of Chicago.
Are you moving, or is it? What are you doing?
Might. I don't know.
So I watched Sleepless in Seattle.
I watched Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
No, I watched a movie.
I watched Get Him to the Greek
from 1996, directed by Nora Ephron, called Michael.
Yes, you did.
Starring John Travolta and Andy McDowell and
William Hurt.
Yep.
And for those
Robert Pastrolli, what is his name? He was in a bunch of stuff in the 90s.
Brad and I were a little surprised you'd never seen this because for those of you who don't know, Nate actually is a pastor.
Yeah.
And so he loves angels.
And so
I love archangels. I don't love regular angels, but archangels.
He at least knows about them. So you being decently religious in your life, I had probably just assumed that over the course, because it's not like you just became a pastor last week. And you say, so Michael came out in '96, right? You were in high school at the time, but then you ended up going to Bethel College.
Yeah,
right.
It's a university now.
Sorry, Bethel. Well, big boy me. Okay, fine. By now they made it.
We made it.
And so I figured maybe that's recent enough that you would have seen it.
Yeah, I had not seen this film. It's a fun film.
It's
right?
fun,
It's not perfect, but it's a fun 90s film where
explain the plot for those that
so John Travolta is an archangel Michael, and he is in this Iowa, I think is where he's at, in this elderly person's home that lives there. He is kind of debaucherous.
He smokes.
He smokes. He's got, he's just a little more rough around the edges, right? So in the scope of what you would predict an angel to be, he's kind of the anti-angel in some of those ways. But the William Hurt character and Robert Pastorelli is sent out essentially to go see him.
They're journalists.
And Andy McDowell is there, and the woman that he's staying with dies. But Chicago plays this backdrop to there. Because Michael the Archangel wants to...
Because it's set in Iowa.
And everyone wants to leave Iowa.
Who would want to stay in Iowa?
Yeah.
Right. And so this film...
We say this recording in Indiana.
We're in Chicago.
We're a lot closer to Chicago.
We are. No, to be fair. I'm sorry. To be fair. Hour from Chicago.
But this is about... What I loved about this film is it is... completely contingent on John Travolta's charisma.
Yes. And in 1996,
he had it.
He had it in spades.
Yep. And so that's one of the things that I have not seen John Travolta in a lot, right? And so I got John Travolta at that point. Because, again, he wasn't in his, young, late 70s, early 80s.
No, but this is Pulp Fiction resurgence, cock of the walk.
Yep.
I'm back, baby.
But dad kind of still, but
he had it all in 1996. He really did.
He did. He was killing it.
He's on top of the world.
He really was.
So, but in this film, you kind of get that vibe. He's just feeling confident.
He's playing a cocky character,
And so, no, I really enjoyed this film. It was fun.
One of my favorite scenes is, and the reason that I actually gave this to you was it came up on TikTok, and I saw it on Instagram like a 40-year-old man. The scene where he's being IQ tested or whatever, and to see if he's real, and so that he doesn't give all the answers correctly. What time does he?
Yeah.
If a person's born in 1942, how old are they today? But then he questions the interviewer, saying what time? Where are they born? Because of Eastern Standard Time. And I remember that scene being as a kid. Being oh man, wouldn't it be awesome? It feels like Limitless, the movie with Bradley Cooper, where it's wouldn't it be great to be
Another
smarter
film
than...
I haven't seen, by the way.
Oh, is that the movie where Bradley Cooper's limitless?
He's
Limitless.
He's an angel.
That's a joke from The Office.
He's an angel. Is there really a Limitless joke in The Office?
Yeah.
Oh,
you should watch The Office.
It's
not very good, I've heard.
It's one of the later seasons. It's when Jim concocts a plan to have the office shut down, and so Dwight rents a work bus for them to work from. And they're oh wait, no, is it that episode? No, sorry, it's so stupid to even go through this.
Let's cut this.
It's actually it's when they take a field trip to
Sorry, I coughed. I mean, we gotta edit this.
It's when they take a field trip to Gettysburg and they choose to watch DVDs on the bus instead of listening to what Andy has to say. And so he's like, I got Limitless on the way back. He's like, oh, is that the one where Bradley Cooper is Limitless?
Who says that?
Phyllis
says that.
Yeah,
that's her.
But no, I enjoyed this film. It was fun to watch.
Thanks, Nate.
This movie was all over cable, like back in the 90s when it came out.
Yeah, like TNT.
I used to watch. No, like the movie channels, like the actual movie channels.
Oh, like HBO.
Yeah. I used to watch it a lot, and I even saw it in theaters actually.
Really?
Yeah, my mom would take me to a bunch of movies like during summers and stuff like that. We'd see a lot of stuff.
It doesn't have the highest rating, by the way.
Yeah,
I like this more than
I haven't seen it since I was young.
I haven't either, honestly. Does it? Is there any problematic language or anything?
No.
Like, did they call him the gay F word or anything?
No.
Oh,
not that I remember anyway, but like it there's nothing problematic about the film as a whole, right?
Well, and that's kind of like
a pretty safe film.
Well, that's why like I don't want to go back and rewatch a movie like Powder, because I feel like Powder being bullied in the 90s. Like, I don't want to know what they called him. I remember that movie being pretty like good, and
who played Powder?
Nicholas Hoult.
No, it's actually it's somebody.
He plays him in the remake, actually.
It's somebody who I think grew up to be reasonably famous.
That's
after
what I was
that.
gonna say.
I forget who.
Do you guys remember that movie, Powder?
Yeah, of course I remember Powder. There was a movie that I had on tape when I was a kid that had the trailer for Powder on it, so I was intimately familiar with that trailer. And I saw the movie. I rented it from the library actually. Sean Patrick Flannery was Powder.
Oh, the guy from Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Wow.
Jeff Goldblum's in that movie.
He plays the Fly.
Idiot.
Okay. Anyway,
that's all I got. What
Brad,
did
what
you
about
see,
you,
Brady
Brad?
Bear?
What did you see, Brady?
I've seen a lot of movies, guys.
Oh no.
So
every time we take a week off, then he's like, "Here's 37 movies."
It's gonna be, it's gonna be trouble. Pop-o-matic trouble.
I just got a new subscription to IFC, and here's everything I've seen.
I hate you.
Is it because I'm true? Because I'm true.
Is it because I'm true?
I'm tired. It's 11.
Have you seen the Venom snake?
It's 11 o'clock at night.
The Venom snake is true. I rode the Venom snake
again
to a party.
I'm not saying that you're wrong. Like, your impression is good.
I watched Babes, which is a movie that's on Hulu. It is a comedy. It is very much like the Bridesmaids of pregnancy comedies.
I think that you basically were just searching for a movie.
Yeah.
Oh no, I typed Babes into Google.
And then you're like, you know what? I've never seen that one.
Yeah, his search is when he's feeling
Save search off.
So usually,
like Babes.
Usually,
looking for babes.
Was there no movie called Big Tits?
There was, but it was too on the nose. No, usually I'm more specific in my searches, but this time I just wanted Babes.
I just like like a 13-year-old on his first search history. Like,
I thought that was going a totally different direction.
Those babes.
I think.
Who's the comedian that has the joke where he's like, the search was like girls in bath. Like, talking about like he caught like his kid or whatever searching the internet for like quote unquote porn, but it's not porn yet because he doesn't know what to search for. So it's like girls bathing, girls in shower, like girls bath.
That's where the sexiest.
One of my sons. So like they send you the search information for your kids' Chromebooks.
Oh sure, yeah.
And one of my sons, who will go unnamed right now, a couple years ago.
You only have 2.
Yeah, I know. So good luck figuring out which one. I remember looking over it and laughing because he searched this phrase. It wasn't one word and the other word. It was this phrase: boobs and butts.
That is so funny.
Sometimes
boobs and butts.
Sometimes you want both.
I love that, like, the idea that you couldn't just leave the and out.
Yeah. Boobs.
Well, if I search
butts.
boobs butts, I'm gonna get something weird.
Yeah. It's 100% true.
Like, rule 34 exists.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a butt with boobs on it.
You're gonna get like butt cheeks with nipples on them.
Yeah. So like boobs and butts, very important distinction.
Mm-hmm, you want them both. No. So Babes is a comedy that has Alana Glazer and Michelle Buteau in it as the leads, and it's about them, being pregnant and having kids and like their friendship and that kind of thing. It follows a fairly typical story you'd expect from a comedy like that, where like one of them's like a little bit immature, the other one is kind of figuring their life out, kind of thing. But it's very, very funny. Hassan Minhaj is also in it as Michelle Buteau's
pretty
husband.
Recent, then.
Yeah, it came out this year actually.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a neon movie. and it's out on Hulu now. But it's hilarious. It's heartfelt. It's exactly like the kind of comedy like this that I really enjoy to see. They're both great in it. Alana and Michelle make a great team. And John Carroll Lynch is in it, and he's really funny as the OBGYN who sees Alana Glazer while she's pregnant. He has a great ongoing runner throughout the movie that's really funny. Oliver Platt is in it as well.
Oh, can't avoid me some good Platt.
Yeah, see, no, but no, I would definitely encourage you guys to watch it if you haven't. It's available on Hulu. It's really funny. It's
Platt a course to Hulu to check out Babes.
I mean, if he's doing 90s VHS, voiceover, it's like he's got it in the bag.
There you go. I'll Gene Shalit it up.
That sounds gross. I also I watched a couple thrillers.
That was just the weirdest fucking way to say that.
Well, it's spooky season.
It's not anymore.
But it was.
You
Spooky,
just said you
skeletons.
Just stop it. You should be so much on my side here. We caught him. You just gave the sponsor spooky season's over.
No, but it was spooky season when I watched these movies.
It's not anymore though, and you just.
But it was.
I'm getting very frustrated.
I'm speaking from the time in which I watched these movies.
I'm not joking.
I'm time traveling.
I physically feel not good right now. I'm mad at you.
Yeah, I told you should go to the fucking doctor because you're not healthy.
Okay, Mom.
Yeah. Why don't you pour yourself another Jack and Diet,
Okay,
gross.
Ashley. Jesus. Is every woman in my life here right now?
You wish.
Yeah, I need those dancing girls.
Boobs and butts.
Boobs and butts.
I watched Woman of the Hour, which is a new Netflix movie directed by Anna Kendrick and starring Anna Kendrick. It is based on a true story.
Sequel to The Darkest Hour.
No, not even close.
The Finest Hour.
No.
Hours.
Keep going.
Hours.
Yeah. It's fun. It's a blast. I love it.
We're out of ideas.
Our Family.
Yours, mine, and ours.
Yeah.
Good. No, so this is a thriller based on a true story. Follows Anna Kendrick, where she's appearing on a dating game show, and one of the contestants is
Our idiot brother.
A fucking asshole.
A serial killer.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's very interesting because the story is not quite as straightforward as I thought it was going to be. It has an interesting chronology to it, if you will, and it makes it
chronology hours. I get it.
It makes it the story interesting as it unfolds to see what happens. Anna Kendrick is fantastic as usual. Obviously has a very keen eye for directing as well. The movie does have style. She does a very good job with it. I'm very interested to see what she does with her career after this. But a very tense, suspenseful thriller. Not spooky, just suspenseful.
Scary?
Don't.
No skeletons.
I was looking at Nate, but I shouldn't have been. I should have been looking at fucking Brad.
There's one moment early on in this movie, and I won't say what it is, but I will talk about how creepy it is, because I've never seen something like this done in a movie like this before, and it immediately makes the killer incredibly unsettling. There's something he does to one of his victims. I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. And it's not gory.
Does he lick the eyeball?
No. It's not gory. It's not bloody. It's just there's this one thing that he does that is just like, wow, that is really fucking
Does he gently
sick.
pull up the eyelid and go, like flap it? It's just the eyelid of a dead body. And just put it back down.
It's not that.
That would be fucking creepy, right?
It would be creepy.
Spooky.
It would be spooky, scary.
Skeleton.
But no, Woman of the Hour, very good. It's on Netflix. I recommend you check it out. Another thriller that I watched is Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, how is this? People say this one's a
This
spooky
movie
one.
fucking rules.
Yeah, I've heard great things. I can't pronounce his name, but he's in it.
David Dastmalchian.
Thank you.
The guy that played
Polka Dot Man.
Oh, polka, yeah, the guy with the polka.
Polka. Yes, Polka Dot Man and Suicide Squad. But he's a fantastic actor besides that. He's also in
Ant-Man.
the Ant-Man franchise. Had a bit part in The Dark Knight, if you remember
played
correctly.
the Wasp.
This movie, it's set in like the 70s, and it follows a late night talk show host who is kind of like trying to win back audience after some tragedy in his life. It plays out as if it is like this lost recording mixed with some behind the scenes footage. And the way the episode plays out is it's a Halloween episode, And so they're doing some like things with like a medium, and there's a guy who's like an illusionist who like can recognize when there's fake things going on. And they bring on this psychologist who is working with a girl who is apparently possessed by some kind of demon. And it's the way it unfolds is just, it's really interesting the way the story progresses and how it escalates. It's really, really creepy, really, really unsettling. The performances are fantastic. The way it's framed is really good because they make it feel like an actual episode of a talk show like that if you were watching it on TV, the way it unfolds. David Dastmalchian is fantastic in the lead role. It's just a really good movie, and it's incredibly...
I've heard great things about it.
Incredibly unique, too. Yeah, it's just the way the way the story is told is really cool.
Yeah, I've heard as a film, it's a good film.
Yeah, too. Absolutely. So that's on Hulu right now. So if you haven't seen that, even though spooky season is over, as I've established...
What? I don't know why you're looking at me.
Spooky.
I didn't say that.
It is worth watching for sure. It's a very good movie. And then I also watched Don't Move, which is a thriller on Netflix, which is fairly popular right now. I don't know if you've seen, but it's been at the top of the charts. Have you heard about this one, Nate?
I've not heard at all about this.
Top of the charts?
Yeah, I think if it didn't hit number one, it was definitely at number two sometime, either late this past week or over the weekend. This one stars Kelsey Aspel and Finn Whitrock, who you might not know. Are you saying that sarcastically?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice. Good job.
But
Nate.
I think Kelsey, what's her name? Kelsey what?
Aspel.
I think she's in Yellowstone.
You are correct. She plays Monica Dutton.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a kidnapping thriller, and what's interesting is when this story unfolds, I won't even tell you what the premise is because it's kind of fun to watch not knowing what it's fully about because it makes the opening that much more engaging and surprising. I wasn't sure if it was going to be able to sustain itself because I don't know how a storyline like this gets stretched out to a feature-length time because it's like, well, what is she going to do now?
Yeah, it's not like it was like 127 hours.
I know, but it kind of in a similar fashion, though. Like it's the kind of scenario where it's like, oh, how do you stretch that out into?
I was just making another hours joke.
Oh, that's
from
good.
before.
Nate, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go?
He's a fucking idiot, right?
I mean, he's got strength.
Actually, Ben, do me a favor. Come in here. I want you to be here.
What's up?
You're a fucking idiot.
What? You just didn't get the joke.
Nate, he's a fucking idiot.
Why am I the idiot? You didn't get the joke. It was a callback.
Okay, no, Ben, we're done.
I just want us all to get along.
Okay, what are you doing, crybaby?
Yeah, fucking
spooky,
idiot.
Scary.
No, we're done with that.
Boys becoming men.
7?
Man becoming wolf. But no, this one. So
just admit you didn't get my fucking joke.
It worked. I didn't. I've moved on from all of just the bad things that have happened. But no, this movie.
That's actually what I told my therapist last week.
This movie also is very suspenseful though, and I was impressed that they were able to figure out a way to like stretch it out without necessarily feeling like it was contrived, and they did do a pretty good job of making the plot work as far as like how the story plays out. And there's some really strong moments in here, but it's a solid thriller.
By the way, I know that I made the 127 hours joke.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I was making the joke. Right, didn't really think about the context of what I was saying,
mm-hmm.
but I fell into the fact that very specific event is something that is hard to make into a feature-length film.
You asshole.
So again, I just fucking lucked into exactly what you were talking about.
The story of your life, buddy.
I was making a dumb fucking
story of your life.
Winner! Fucking winner, chicken fucking dinner.
I'll give you some chicken dinner.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts.
I'd rather have turkey.
Out of those 3 films that you just talked about, which one's the best film?
Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah, I think Late Night with the Devil is probably the best movie, but Woman of the Hour is not far behind. Woman of the Hour works very well too. Especially since it's Anna Kendrick's first time directing. Really, really impressive stuff from her. One last one I'll talk about before I talk about my assignments, which I do have 2 because I realized after we recorded last time I didn't talk about my assignment, even though I watched it. But I watched Music by John Williams, which is a new documentary that's on Disney+.
Yeah, how is that?
It's fantastic.
I knew you would love that.
Yeah, come on.
No, I mean, I'm a sucker for John Williams. I love his scores. You know, I mean, all Spielberg movies that have his music.
Does Steve talk at all in the documentary?
100%. Steve is a very prominent
all
part.
him?
It's all Steven Spielberg.
100% of it's him.
They don't even show John Williams. It's Steven
Holy
Spielberg.
shit.
He stands in front of the camera. It's not even shot very well.
No wonder you like it.
Yeah. Some of it is like shot in a weird close-up where like he obviously didn't frame himself very well.
Oh, hey, by the way, the bit's over.
So like it's really frustrating because like it's too close to his beard. But no, it is. It's wonderful. It's a profile of John Williams' career and his work. Spielberg talks a lot in it. George Lucas talks a lot. They got other composers. They even got Chris Martin from Coldplay. And you'll understand.
He's not doing much.
You'll understand why when he's like talks in the documentary.
Did they talk to Alan Silvestri?
They did.
Sweet.
Yeah. And so it's just a really nice documentary. My only complaint is that I would have much rather preferred to see a 6-hour docuseries that allowed him to talk more about individual projects because
he's got eras he can talk about, right?
There's tons of individual like movies that he worked on that he didn't even like get to talk about because they focus on some of the milestones, they focus on some interesting anecdotes and stuff like that.
For sure.
Because the doc's only like an hour 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah, that's not enough.
And yeah, I could have easily watched so much more about John Williams, especially listening to other composers talk about him and other filmmakers and whatnot. But there's definitely a lot to learn. There were some movies I didn't know that he worked on as a pianist before he became a composer. Shut up, Ben. You can't even hear the word pianist without chuckling like a schoolgirl.
It's because it sounds like pianist. It sounds a lot like, you gotta admit, it sounds a lot like pianist. Oh, boy.
Pianist.
He's got it, too. That snake's got some venom. You know what I'm saying?
This motherfucker.
Fuck you.
Just when you think he's turned everything to shit, he pulls a little bit of gold out.
He still has it. So what films were you assigned then?
So the last time we had this podcast together, I was assigned The Crow by my buddy Ben, the 1994 version of The Crow, not the 2024 version from 30 years later.
Cool.
This is a movie that I've actually actively avoided for a long time because it started to feel similar to Donnie Darko and Boondock Saints in the sense that like
culture.
Yeah, there's such culture around it. Be like, oh, you haven't seen The Crow, bro? You gotta see The Crow, man. Oh, you haven't seen Boondock Saints? It's so fucking good. Oh my god, you're gonna fucking love it. Coats and guns.
Whoa.
Oh, you haven't seen Donnie Darko? It's so dark, man. Like it's gonna change your fucking life. Every time I saw...
Who are you hanging out with?
It's the guy who fucking loves Donnie Darko.
I mean, the way that you sound like...
That's how it felt whenever people would talk about those movies, especially in college. In college, Boondock Saints and Donnie Darko were people's like fucking... it was...
what my in college is everyone wanted people to see Garden State.
See, I loved Garden State, but like I wasn't.
Ooh, yeah. Natalie Portman turns into a career-defining performance. Zach Braff is a brilliant director.
Yeah. So I never wanted.
Mine was Rounders.
I never wanted to see.
Everybody wanted you to watch Rounders.
The Crow. Didn't seem like it was for me. I'm glad I watched it now. That I understand.
And I don't mean this I mean this literally. It's very dark. Like the film is just filmed. It was super dark.
Interestingly enough, even though it is dark, it's very impressively shot.
But it is. But like overall, it's like if Candyman is shot like as a horror movie to be very light, like literally during the daytime, this is purposely filmed completely at night, all dark.
It's almost like there's no daytime in this world.
Yeah.
But it's shot in a way where it doesn't feel like it's poorly lit. Like,
right.
You know, they use black and white.
It's not murky.
In a very dynamic way. One of the things I was particularly impressed by actually was how they used miniatures to create like incredible sweeping establishing shots. Because they obviously couldn't do that if they had...
It's 1994.
It's 1994. There's no real city that looks the way that you want it to look for this movie if you want that kind of like darkness that they really want it to have. And so they built like a miniature model that was very detailed, and they used, sweeping camera shots that worked pretty well for the time. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get into. It's definitely a product of the 90s and of like, like people are getting into like dark gothic kind of stuff, and it feels like it's kind of riding like a comic book wave too, of trying to follow in the footsteps of Batman, but be a little bit like edgier for the kids. And I don't mean to trounce on a man's grave, because there's a lot of praise for Brandon Lee in this movie, who tragically died during the production. He was unfortunately shot when a gun went off and killed him while they were shooting the movie. but I didn't think he was particularly good in this role. Like, if he had lived, I'm not sure that I would have been excited to see like what he did next, because
this is one of those things. And unlike Heath Ledger correctly deserving an Oscar for his performance posthumously, there was nothing about this performance.
Yeah, because the character is supposed to be kind of like this dark, almost like metal kind of guy, and he talks like a dork. Like,
I don't mean to trounce on anybody's grave, but this guy was a fucking dork.
No, he enunciates everything very clearly, and the voice he uses, it's not like he's not putting on a voice. He just sounds like an average white guy.
You know what? He played the crows from Dumbo. That's the liner notes that he read, and he's like, "Oh, I got this."
He do the crows from Dumbo?
I don't even remember what they sound like.
Oh, buddy, they're super racist caricatures of black people.
Go ahead, try it. I would like to hear you try an impression. Please do.
I love that you forgot that the crows are very clearly stereotypical black people in Dumbo.
I forgot all about that. I remember there being a problem with the crows, I thought it was white. I thought. Here's what I thought. No. Here,
let me guess. You ain't never seen an elephant fly?
No, hold on. I thought
I be done seen about everything till I seen an elephant fly.
Please stop talking. Please stop talking. Please cut. Please edit. Please cut all this. Cut it all. Cut it all. Oh my God.
I seen a house fly.
Stop. I remember that there was a problem,
and you thought that the crows were too white?
No, I thought that the crows from Dumbo were like white voices, like making fun of black people.
Oh, I mean, they might have been.
That probably was true.
Yeah, I don't think that. There's a good chance that the crows were not voiced by black people and were voiced by white people doing black voices.
I thought that it was.
I don't know.
I thought that it was like white crows being like, "Oh, mammy," and I thought that. So that's
you could be 100% right.
That was the joke that I was trying to make. Like, he did a terrible voice for a crow.
That's not what it seemed like.
I'm like, "Whoa, Brandon, wrong crow, buddy. Wrong voice for a crow. Really not trying to do that with it."
That would have been hilarious. But no, he just sounds like a dork.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this is going to stay in or not, but fuck. I don't. Again, this is like the
no. Now that you've explained it,
the
it makes
27th
sense.
Time that I have unfortunately sounded racist. Gosh darn, I'm not racist. Oh.
That's really funny. To be fair, what you said wasn't racist.
I know.
It just sounded wrong.
I don't know.
Come on. Damn it. How do I honestly work myself into these conundrums? Like, this is not. It's almost like by design anymore. What the fuck is going on in my life?
So the Crow was okay.
Yeah, fine. What's the next movie? My God! Please move on.
I'm not mad that I saw it.
If the next movie that you got to sign was The Color Purple, I'm not going to say anything.
I'm not mad I saw it. I'm not necessarily happy with the outcome.
Wait, are you glad that it is now behind you? Like, I can say that I've seen it.
Yeah, 100%.
And get what like people were talking about.
Yeah, I get it.
I get it.
The other movie that I was assigned for this episode was by Nate.
Hey.
And that's a movie called We Were Soldiers, directed by Randall Wallace.
I'm giving you Sam Elliott films.
Yes. Randall Wallace wrote Braveheart, and he also directed The Man in the Iron Mask and some stuff like that.
Both historically super accurate.
100%.
I could still mess with Braveheart, though. I do like a little Braveheart still.
Oh, no, I'm not going to lie. Like, it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Nothing in it happened.
No,
but it's a fun
and your hero's in it.
Jesus?
Mel Gibson.
Same thing.
Yep, see? This is a war drama set during Vietnam that stars Mel Gibson as a colonel who is tasked with taking several platoons into Vietnam in this dangerous enemy territory. Sam Elliott is also in it as his second in command, I guess you could say.
Such a fun
Sam Elliott has 3 lines in this movie that absolutely cracked me up.
Yep.
The first one.
Are they meant to be funny?
Yes.
Yeah. And but
because I haven't seen this since it came out.
Yes, they are.
But it does so well though.
Yeah. So Sam Elliott plays your typical like gruff military guy. The guy who played Bertier in Remember the Titans twice, when he walks by the sergeant like before they're doing training and everything like that, he says, "Good morning, Sergeant. How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?" And then
he delivers it so perfectly.
The next day, "Beautiful morning, Sergeant. What are you, the fucking weatherman now?"
Jesus. Like, also, I love this because, like, Vietnam's not hard enough, right?
Well, this is before they even got to Vietnam. So this is his default attitude.
He's just, like, actually, these days might not be that bad so far.
But then when they are in Vietnam, Mel Gibson has, like, a moment where he's talking about Custer. And he's like, I just think about, I don't know what.
Because Custer famously got his soldiers slaughtered.
Yeah,
right?
he's like,
in his last stand.
Yeah, and so he talks about he was thinking about Custer, and Sam Elliott's character goes, he's like, well, he's like, you wouldn't have done that, sir, because Custer was a pussy.
I do love Sam Elliott in this film.
Oh, I gotta rewatch this. This is fantastic.
He's great. He's really good in the movie. But man, what a great ensemble cast. Greg Kinnear is in this.
Yeah.
A young John Hamm is in this. He doesn't have a significant part, but he's definitely there.
John Hamm would have been in his early 20s?
He was 30, I believe, because there's a story that he told somewhere where he gave himself the goal where if he hadn't made it by the time he was 30, then he was gonna quit. And that's when he got We Were Soldiers.
Wow.
So if
Kerry Russell's in this too.
Kerry Russell is in this.
Felicity?
Felicity is in it. Barry Pepper is in this.
Yeah, actually, when I rewatched this a couple years ago, I'm like, what happened to Barry Pepper?
Enemy at the Gates, Barry Pepper?
Is Barry Pepper in Enemy of the Gates?
I don't remember.
Saving Private Ryan is the one where he's just nice.
Oh, there we go. Wrong one.
So this movie feels like it's really trying to be Vietnam's Saving Private Ryan. And it never quite got there for me. Mm-hmm. Has a little too much war cliche, and I don't think, unlike Saving Private Ryan, you get enough time to really attach yourself to the characters as far as the soldiers. There's a couple that you get some time with. Mel Gibson is the lead, so like that makes sense. But in Saving Private Ryan, you spend time with the ensemble, with Tom Hanks and his troops. And
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, and you really start to care about them as characters. And I never quite got to that point here. But the war sequences themselves are fantastic. Like the explosions and the gunfire and everything. It's very well done.
One of the things I do love about this film, and a couple critics did note it for it, is, there's the jingoistic kind of like, America's always good.
Of course.
And it does give a little bit of, not a ton, but it does essentially show that the other side was trying to do what they thought was best that this plays, and some of the critics noted, like, it isn't as like
cut and dry,
and I did appreciate that the film tried to do that.
I do appreciate that, and because that's actually one of my favorite things about a movie called The Kingdom. Have you ever seen that movie?
No. Is that with hold on? Is that with Jamie Foxx?
Yeah, Jamie Foxx, Jason Bateman, Jessica Biel.
I haven't seen it, but honestly, I've read multiple times that is referenced as, oh, you should watch that because it's not only very good, but it shows like the other side of something, and I didn't know what it was about.
So it was set after 9/11. Okay. And it very prominently focuses on some people who, in the war on terror, are trying to stop terrorists from doing their thing. And you have these characters who are...
Fun way to put that, by the way.
Very...
Just trying to do their thing. Hey, you know what I don't like about terrorism? They're trying to do their thing.
You have these characters who are very like adamant, trying to stop it, and it feels like it's a very like we're America, we're not going to let this happen again kind of thing. There's actually a really outstanding opening credit sequence that sets the table of like the stuff that led to 9/11 and the things that have happened since then, because it's not set like immediately after. But there's a very striking image I remember in the graphics where it turns like numbers into the Twin Towers and with like stylized graphics shows the planes crashing the towers, and it's very like dramatic.
Was it
moment.
A sideways number 4?
It was not,
because it had like a plane fin.
No, but
okay, well, I'm just asking.
In the movie though, it does a similar thing that We Were Soldiers does, where it shows you the other side of like you see the terrorists, and equally they think that what they're doing is the thing that's right for their people, you know? And so like it's not meant to like show that like, oh, the terrorists are right, but it's like they're just like us, but they think that what they're doing is right, you know? Yep. So that I always thought that was an interesting thing, and so I do appreciate that aspect of it because it's not something that you saw in a lot of war
especially
movies
the
like
90s.
this.
Yeah. So and I remember when I watched this film taking that away. Like I think there's even a scene. Is this the film where Mel Gibson's character at the end writes a letter to? It's
actually Barry Pepper who, because
yeah.
he's a journalist,
Yep.
and he's there covering it. He's taking pictures and stuff like that. So yeah, he's the one who he sends a letter with the diary that he found.
Yep.
Of
Yeah,
one
he's
of the,
Mickey Mantle.
Yeah. So no, but I enjoy this film.
Is that a 61 reference?
Yep.
Wow. It's a deep cut. But yeah, no, I'm glad I watched this because it's a war movie that was like big back in 2003 and I never saw it, and yeah, solid.
All right.
And it's a shame Mel Gibson is a piece of shit
because he's pretty good at this.
So
it is.
I know
really
you guys.
is.
I know you guys. The running joke here is that I love Mel Gibson, but if you for some reason are allowed to take away the person and just see the arts, right? People have this conversation about like Woody Allen, right? They'll have, these Woody Allen films are incredible and he's a monster. Mel Gibson is not a good person, but you have to admit, Kevin Spacey, like these people are very good at their craft.
Yeah.
And so, especially when you watch these older films when, that public persona was nowhere near them, right?
Yeah.
They were just at the top of their game. It's really hard not to get re-lost into those moments.
You get it. You get why they're big actors.
Why they were.
Yep.
Yeah, if anything,
it
just makes me frustrated. I'm just like, ugh,
Why they were.
They were soldiers. But yeah, that's those movies. I'm still working my way through Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street just because it's taken a little while.
Did you watch any more?
Yeah, I watched Nightmare 3 and 4. Dream Warriors is awesome.
Just let me know. I was going to say, Dream Warriors is great. Let me know when you get to Manhattan. That's all I want to know.
I did, and I was disappointed.
What?
It's
bonkers.
It's bonkers, but not in a good way.
No, it's not supposed to. It's bad.
Yeah,
It's bad good.
I was frustrated because it came on the heels
He
of
punches the head off of a boxer, and it flies off of a skyscraper.
So that scene is hilarious.
Yes.
Especially because of how many times the guy punches
Yeah,
Jason.
he punches him 47 times.
It's way too long.
It's such a long
ridiculous.
scene.
But no, I was disappointed because I liked 6 so much, and 7 is a step down. But yeah, and so
8 is so bad it's good. That's that territory.
yeah, I honestly I didn't get into it in that way. There were some things that I was
had an edible first.
There were some things that I was amused by. But
boxer scene that was great. It's
the
all
boxer
bad.
scene was very funny. But yeah, Dream Warriors and the Nightmare on Elm Street so far gets the credit for being more creative as far as mixing up the formula and doing interesting things.
That series compared to the Jason series, leaps and bounds better.
Yeah,
it really is.
So yeah, I'm still making my way through so I can get to Freddy vs. Jason and
it's not even spooky season anymore
and wrap it all up. I know, but
spooky, scary
skeletons. Nate, you know what time it is? What time do you think it is?
Hold on.
I got the time right here. What time do you think it is?
I'm gonna guess based on. I'm not looking at my watch right now. It is trailer time.
That's right.
No, it's 11:08.
I don't know what fucking time it is.
And I'm not singing the trailer song. And you know why? Because you guys are pieces of shit. I haven't even talked about the movies I've seen.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I didn't even think
That's
about
why
that.
I'm like, you were moving on really quick. I'm like,
Wow.
what about Ben?
So
You know what? I'm sorry about that, buddy. That's my fault, and I'm gonna take responsibility for it. And
Yeah, you really.
I didn't mean to hurt your
worked me in
feelings.
there, and that's why I was quiet for a second. I'm like, jeez.
yeah, sorry. I didn't
Did
mean
Ben
to.
not watch any films?
Oh, see now he's pouting. He's drinking his little drink.
Oh, he gets hurt though easily. He's a galoot, but he's got a lot of feelings in there. Oh, he's
Ben-
crying. He's crying.
Do you feel like you got bit by a snake's venom?
not funny. It's not funny.
Hey, buddy. What
I'm
about
just
that?
as much a part. Like just because I'm like, you guys make fun of me, but I watch movies. Like I have content to provide. That's not just like silly jokes.
Well, I'm a little disappointed that you call it content, but
I have good again. That's like
I have good qualities too.
it's a shitty thing to say. Like I bring some content to the show that like is good,
Buddy,
and like
hey,
you
buddy.
just skip over me.
Hey, buddy, come here.
Sit on his lap.
What movies did you see?
Big crocodile tears wiping.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But buddy, hey, buddy.
Yeah, Nate, what's up?
What movies did you see? I'd like to know.
Are you being serious?
Of course.
Okay. I'll tell you.
Okay.
It's trailer time. I just got a slow comical turn.
Comical?
Oh, it's hilarious. If you could see what I'm looking at.
You fucking piece of shit. This is why listeners hate us, by the way, because I'm like, you fucking and then like 2 seconds later, I'm like, wow! Yeah, it's
What'd you watch?
Anyway, I'm not talking to you. So I watched Along Came Polly.
Oh,
I love that
yes.
Haven't seen it in forever. Probably since it came out, honestly.
Not a perfect movie, but I love it.
No.
Iceman.
It's so silly. Like, of course,
Making it rain.
Philip Seymour Hoffman playing basketball is iconic. It's an all-timer.
The sweaty.
Oh, that's disgusting. Alec Baldwin is a character I totally forgot existed.
I didn't know he was in this.
Alec Baldwin plays Ben Stiller's boss at the insurance place where he's an insurance
Okay.
And he kind of puts on a voice like this.
Yep.
He basically, Ben Stiller for a living assesses risk, and his new girlfriend, after his wife cheats on him, he gets a girlfriend, and she is a flower child and all over the place, played by Jennifer Aniston, and Alec Baldwin absolutely comes into the men's room after Ben Stiller, smacks him on the butt as he's peeing, grabs his earlobe after Alec Baldwin has pissed. He reaches up and goes, "Hey, good talk." Smacks his ass and grabs his earlobe and just slowly rubs his index and thumb around. It's just, honestly, if you do that to anybody in a men's room, you're either going to go to jail now, or that person will fear and respect you for the rest of your life. It's a dangerous game, but it's one worth playing. But yeah, he does. He's like, "Hey, good dog, what are we doing here?" And he goes to their wedding at the beginning of the movie. Ben Stiller, he's a Jewish person in real life, so it's a Jewish wedding. And Alec Baldwin is not Jewish in the film, but he does. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn. Maybe he's playing a Jewish character, and I don't know this. But he's like, "Hey, good for you guys, mazel." And he says mazel like 3 times, but it's just the most offensive way to say it somehow. Yeah. I don't know. It's just very off-putting the way that Alec Baldwin chooses it. Anyway, good talk, mazel. What do you do? Hey, sometimes you show that move I taught you in the bedroom tonight. Anyway, mazel. It's just fucking weird, but it's wonderfully comedic, and I loved it.
Did you like seeing ripped Hank Azaria?
Good Lord, he's you for scuba?
Yeah. Luben,
are you for scuba? He's an attractive man.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw this movie. I was like, wow, that's Hank Azaria?
So overall, it's funny enough to be like in the upper tier of Ben Stiller. Like, you've got movies like Duplex where you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And
I think this movie is really funny.
Good. Yeah. So this is above the fold.
And it's got enough scenes right here. We're talking about things that we're laughing at. I laugh at because it reminds me of me. My girlfriend Evelini always wants to go to Indian food, and I have essentially, because she loves Indian food, and I keep on what about something else?
How bad can it be?
Because I'm so afraid of going to Indian food and being Ben Stiller in this film.
Yeah. No, I do. Like, obviously, Jennifer Aniston is a caricature of a person that is like this. But when I look at it, like, my girlfriend's very eclectic and she collects vintage stuff, and I'm like, what do we do? Like, there's just so many times where I'm like, I am just trying to be ordered over here, and you seem to just be like flying by the seat of your pants. But it always works out.
Yep.
Like, I'm jealous that I can't let go like a character like that. My girlfriend is so much better at that than I am, and I'm trying to get there. But my goodness, they've got great chemistry. Jennifer Aniston is amazing. Like, the whole movie's just good. It's a good movie. I watched Queen Pins. You know what this is?
Yeah. It's a comedy.
Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
No.
With Vince Vaughn.
Oh,
and
yes.
Paul Walter Hauser.
Love Paul Walter Hauser, by the way.
And Kristen Bell and Joel McHale are a married couple.
I remember.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, it's about multi-level marketing, right?
Couponing.
Yeah. Couponing. Yeah.
So
I actually like this.
So they can't get pregnant through IVF or whatever. That's the backdrop. And then Kristen Bell decides that she needs to do something with her life, and so she finds a way to turn her extreme couponing, which her husband is like, "Why do we need 6 things of Tide?" Yep. She's got a whole back room full of all like the things she's gotten quote unquote for free. But she finds a resource down in Mexico that prints these coupons, and she becomes like Escobar for couponing. She costs these companies millions of dollars
and I think
by
it's based on a true story.
Reselling these stolen coupons for 50% off on a website. And like it's and I remember the website is like, my 50 off couponclub.com or something like that. So it's basically in the early days of the internet where you could find stuff like this. And they would just get these coupons direct from the printer. They would smuggle them to the States, and then they would sell them for half off. And they made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this. And I don't know. It could be a true story.
I think it is.
It feels like one anyway.
Yeah, because I think this film came out like pretty early on in the pandemic.
Who are they selling the coupons to?
Online, to anybody who wants to buy them.
Yeah, and so it's like listen.
So, like,
I'm going to give you this $1 coupon off for 50 cents.
But instead, it's bigger than that to them. They're getting these coupons that are like buy 2 get 1 free for like $50 items.
Yeah.
So like it's a $50 coupon or like just get 1 free. So it's a $30 item for free. They're selling it for $15.
But like,
what doesn't make sense to you?
I'm having a hard time thinking about how it's beneficial to the person buying the coupon.
Okay,
but you're getting a $30 item for $15.
Yeah,
so you pay $15, you get a $30 item.
So the coupon is just to get something for free,
or supremely discounted.
And she's getting these coupons for nothing from Mexico.
She's stealing them from the printer in Mexico.
Yeah, I understand why it's beneficial for her. I'm just curious as to like how it's beneficial for the person buying the coupon.
Hey, here's this normal Funko is $24, but I have a coupon that says it's $10. I will sell you the coupon for $5.
Okay.
So you buy a $5, you spend $5.
Sounds legal.
It's not. That's the thing. That's why this whole thing came crashing down. Paul Walter Hauser is a loss prevention officer for these companies. He starts flying around and starts realizing what's going on, and he starts like trying to be a detective. And Vince Vaughn really is a detective with the post office, which is why this is
fun in this.
And they're great together. I'd watch a buddy comedy.
Was it good?
So overall, it's very, very, very paint by numbers. Mm-hmm. The thing that elevates it is obviously the cast.
Yeah,
Vince Vaughn, Kristen Bell, and Paul Walter Hauser are incredible. I don't know the African American lady's name that plays her partner in this. I haven't seen her. What is it?
I can't remember. But
she's also fantastic. It's just man. Every single person that is in this film is doing their best. It's a very good performance all the way through.
Kirby Howell Baptiste.
Whoa, there you go. You never even.
No, I was never gonna bring that name up.
Yeah.
Apparently, BB Rex is in this movie.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. Plays Buzz Quinn. Anyway, overall,
Tempe Tina.
I would say watch it because it's fun.
Okay,
but don't expect too much.
But it is, like you said, it's a fun film.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just a fun throwaway, like, oh, that's just clever. I was curious where they're going with it. Yeah. Joel McHale plays a good smarmy asshole, like always. But anyway, yeah, so that was fun. So I watched Queen Pins. I watched Long Game Polly. I watched, what else did I watch? Nate, what did I watch?
Watch anything with the kids?
Anything on the internet?
So we've been moving into the new house, and so I miss my setup. Because it's all torn down. This is the last episode we're recording at my old basement setup.
Our old studio.
We're going to be at the new house as of next week. And honestly, I just miss having my surround sound system and everything. We're watching things off of a propped up like 32-inch television with terrible speakers right now. And so everything is just
I saw it in the background of a photo you sent me when you were showing other things, and it made me sad.
I'm so sad. I miss it so much, man.
Yeah. Big TVs and big sound are where it's at.
Yeah, no, I miss it. And that setup is coming. But in the meantime, I did watch I watched Signs.
Good stuff.
Yeah, rewatched Signs, I should say. Rewatched.
Because you're in your Mel Gibson era.
Swing away. Not as good as I remembered it being.
Oh, disagree.
I remember it being just fantastic, and it was fine.
I think it is still great. I like it a lot.
Sorry. And then I watched.
I think you're just bitter and old now.
Okay. I watched My Assignment. Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Featuring
Saoirse
Ronan.
Saoirse
Ronan.
Yeah, should be careful with that.
Why?
Well,
it's Irish.
I can do it.
I'm super white. I can just totally fuck up on Irish accent.
All right. Brad,
oh, my name's Saoirse Ronan. Oh, Lucky Charms. Who gives a shit? They're Irish.
I don't think you understand.
My grandmother's name is Fitzgibbons. Like, I'm Irish. It's fine.
My grandma's name was Odell.
You made that up.
No, my mother's maiden name was Fitzsimmons. We're fine. And actually, I don't care. I don't care what you think. Oh, Saoirse Ronan.
Wow.
Yeah. Go fuck a leprechaun.
The Irish are a seasoned people.
Yeah. They season their potatoes and not much else. Anyway. No, I watched Brooklyn with Saoirse Ronan or whatever. How do you say her name? It was very sad. So
that was like a film I'd give.
Yeah, honestly, I was watching. I'm like, why is he trying to just depress me? Like, I'm getting into Christmas season.
Yeah, the Great Depression is not fun.
This is just I'm gonna throw up on a boat and I'm gonna dance a bunch so I can get married. Now I'm lying to my family. Like, what are you doing to me, man?
Such a good movie.
It's very good.
It's a lovely movie.
But also, like, why?
Because
the immigrant story.
Because you weren't going to watch it if I didn't give it to you.
Hell no. I'm not even happy I watched it now.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, she gives a great performance.
Everyone gives a great performance.
But my goodness.
And it's the immigrant story of America, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No. I was watching it, and then Ashley walked in, and I said, man, it's terrible because I really want them to show more bookkeeping scenes. And here's the thing, I meant it. Like, I don't give a fuck about, like, oh, do you like the Dodgers and da 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 da, like, whatever. Like, it's so boring. But then you get to the point where
not boring.
She's actually, talking about business and numbers and stuff and how they can. Oh, that was fun. I would like more of that.
Gosh, you're a sad old man.
That was honestly.
So
when she basically tells the old woman at the end of the movie to fuck off, that was great.
Mm-hmm. So did you recognize anybody else in this movie besides?
Ashley recognized one of the brothers from the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
That's true.
And so she's like, "Oh, that's a bit part." And I was like, "I think this movie came out in like 2018 or something."
It was 2015, I think.
Yeah, so quite a while ago.
Yeah, 2015. So the main New York guy.
Yeah. Tom Hardy?
It's not Tom Hardy.
No, I don't know.
You recognize him?
Nope.
He is the second in command douche cop from Rebel Ridge.
The second in command douche cop.
The one who's not Roy from The Office.
Holy shit, he is.
And it's I would
never.
I didn't realize.
I would never.
I didn't realize until halfway through Rebel Ridge. I was like, "Holy shit, that's Emery Cohen from Brooklyn."
Whoa, yeah, no,
dude's incredible.
No,
could not believe it was him.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, now I want to go see other stuff and see how good he really is.
So I think my favorite scene in the entire movie is when she is at the Italian dinner.
Yeah.
With the family. Like, so the story is that she's an immigrant. She comes to America. She meets an Italian guy. They get married. She lies about being married when she goes back to Ireland to see her sister who has died and see her best friend get married. There's an Italian dinner scene with the family, and the youngest boy is basically just blunt, right? So he's like, oh no, we just don't like Irish. And it was like, what the fuck? And he gets in trouble.
What? We don't.
What? No. Why are you mad at me? You've said it a lot. We don't like Irish people. Like, it's a very funny scene, and you can tell the family is a good family because they are appropriately aghast at what he's saying. So yeah, but there's a lot to like about this movie. I'm sure that if I just, buddy.
I was hoping it was going to be a nice, touching movie for you to settle down with and enjoy with Ashley.
I mean, no, God no. She was like, I can't watch this. There's laundry to do. She was like, I'm not watching a boring ass movie.
It's not even remotely boring, Nate. I mean,
I think it won awards.
Yeah, it's a
For being
spectacular
boring?
movie. It's nowhere near boring.
No, it's not boring.
No, but it is a mood movie for me.
No, it's one of those things where she's like, "This is not for what." It's Sunday at 3 p.m. where there's stuff.
Yeah, I wanted you to relax and just
that's not happening right now.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Just like get your fucking shit sorted out. Then
I did actually. I watched this movie as I was sorting through boxes. So
you
thanks,
asshole,
buddy.
you
Appreciate
son
it.
of a bitch.
That's why I got the highlights. It's pretty good.
He didn't get it. He doesn't understand.
Yeah, no, it's a sad Irish movie. Thanks.
It's really nice.
Great job.
She figures out what she wants in her life.
Cool. No, I liked it. What?
Yeah, it sounds like you liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. Give me more of that.
No, you know what? I am going
Shit.
to. Yeah.
Don't ask for it.
If anything, just to punish you, I'm going to give it to you.
You're gonna be the Punisher next time?
Nope.
Never seen it. Give it to me. Not the Punisher. Tickle his little feetsies.
Take a little feces?
Yeah. I said I'm gonna tickle his little feetsies.
Oh, so he said I'm going to take a little
You know how you
feces.
tickle Frank Castle's feet
Ugh. This took a turn.
for the better?
Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up because we were gone for so long. We watched so many things.
Yeah.
And we just had such a rich conversation.
A little long in the tooth.
That Ben contributed to in such a wonderful way. I'm really glad that we definitely didn't do trailer time.
Let's keep going.
Instead, we opted
Trailers
to...
are things we watch with friends. Trailers are things we watch with friends. Friends are Nate and Brad and Ben, and these are the trailers we watched. These are the trailers we watched. These are the trailers we watched. Let's watch the trailers and talk about them at length.
What was the song that was based on?
I made it up, and we're going to talk about the fucking trailers. And if you don't fucking like it, go home.
I mean, I'm gonna go home. We're gonna end the podcast here in a second. We have plenty of time to talk about the trailers because they don't come out till later. And one of them you're just gonna complain about.
That one was so stupid.
We'll talk about it at some point because there's a movie.
It's a cliffhanger for people. We watched a terrible.
We watched a bad trailer.
I'm gonna tell
with
you guys
shitty typeface.
I'm gonna tell you guys. There's a trailer for a movie called The Brutalist. It's definitely a teaser trailer. I'll say it again so that you can understand it. The Brutalist. I've seen this movie and I want
to. It's a brutal trailer,
and I want to talk about it because this is a spectacular film. It's going to be a major awards contender this when the Oscars come around in early 2025.
Hey, what if the trailer was just one sound effect? What if that's what the trailer was?
Yeah, since you like this film, does the trailer make you angry?
It doesn't make me angry. It's definitely a straight. I was wondering how they were going to cut a trailer for this movie because it feels like it would be challenging to do so without.
And you were right.
This feels like a weird way to go. It does capture a certain vibe of something that's like in the movie, but it definitely does not encapsulate like what the story is. And yeah, it's complicated because like it's a unique movie for sure, and it is a little bit more artsy in a way, but it's also extremely relatable and familiar in other ways. But the trailer, it is taking a swing in its presentation. It feels like it's a little too look at this movie.
Yeah, it does look a little pretentious.
Yeah, so that's all I'll say about that. I'll talk about the movie a different time when we can.
No, we talked about it now.
Yeah, we're good. We
just
just officially talked about it all.
That's not.
We don't
nice.
ever need to talk about it again.
Wow, it's pretty rude. No, the movie is very great. Adrian Brody plays this Jewish architect who immigrates from Europe.
He's a pianist,
and he's not a pianist, but it has the vibe of like the Great American Novel, like in cinematic form. For lack of a better comparison, like it has elements of like The Godfather or Once Upon a Time in America, but without the organized crime part of it. It's very much focused on this guy who was a real brutalist architect and his life as he immigrated to America and started to carve out a life for himself, and the story of how he came to like build this building that was meant to be a tribute to this rich guy's deceased wife, and like everything that came about that with like his family and the relationships he developed. And like it's tragic and like brilliantly acted, beautifully shot. They made this movie for under $10 million and
it's free.
It doesn't look like it at all. Like it looks incredible. It feels big. It's set in like 3 different time periods, and I don't know how they made this movie for under $10 million. It's
time machine.
It's incredibly impressive.
Spent all $10 million on a time machine.
But Adrian Brody is fantastic in this
as
movie.
the pianist.
Felicity Jones is also in it, and she's really good. But it's a beautiful movie. It's incredibly shot. I was super impressed by it. You guys aren't going to ever care about it because it's 3.5 hours. So.
Oh, no, that's right at my wheelhouse.
However...
Nate was like, I might... Never mind.
That's pretentious.
Smartly, though...
That is pretentious.
Smartly, though, it has a built-in intermission, which all movies that are over 3 hours should, so that you get a nice break in between.
I'm not going to see a 3.5 hour film.
Especially with an intermission, it makes it 4 hours.
No, the intermission's only 15 minutes.
So it makes it 3 hours and 45 minutes?
Yeah, that's not 4 hours. I don't know if you learned how numbers work, but like one...
You're taking a 3.5 hour movie and making it 3 hours and 45 minutes. Just let me get through it. At that point, I don't want the intermission. I just want to go home.
You're not going to go to theater to see it anyway. It's not for you.
You know what? I'll be the judge of that. Brad?
Go ahead. Go see it in theaters.
Okay, I will.
Good.
Good work. Shit.
Fuck him. I'll be pissed his fucking pants.
Again, that's one of the things that I keep saying. Yes, good job. You look like me. I piss my pants. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Nah, cheating, eh?